Hello, Year 7. Hola, muy buenos días. This is your cover lesson for today. So, for your starter, you need to identify and write out the words that I'm going to play in a second. Do this in your books underneath the date and title. Title can be school subjects, and your date is Viernes el 23 de febrero. Pause and then play when you're ready to hear the words. Okay, so we're going to play the words now. So,
Gimnasio, gimnasio,
gimnasio,
geografía, geografía,
geografía,
genial, genial,
genial,
página, página,
página,
generoso, generoso,
generoso,
ecológico, ecológico,
ecológico. Think about what the common sound is there. Pause, double check your answers with your partner. Play for the answers. Here are the answers. So the common sound is the letters that are missing. So you should have GI, gimnasio, GE, geografía, GE, genial. No accent on this one. Página, GI, generoso, GE, and ecológico, so GI again. Okay, let's jump forward. Have a look at these words on the screen. So, this is a bit of a recap on those school subjects. Listen and repeat the words with the accented vowels. So, pause every time I say the Spanish, repeat. Play, pause, repeat. Off we go. Matemáticas, francés, geografía, religión, música. I'm sure you're sounding absolutely fantastic, Year 7. So let's move on. ¿Qué estudias? I am going to reveal a subject underneath here, and I want you to say it when the teacher pauses it in español. For example, I reveal número dos. We've got ourselves the picture for the subject art. Then you're going to say dibujo or arte. Okay? Here we go. Historia, francés, español, religión, inglés, música. Didn't mean to do that. Never mind, let's move on. Pause the video and have a chat with the person next to you. What do you notice? Are there any similarities, any differences? Okay, so hopefully you've picked up on the fact that we've got opinion phrases here, and we have got a difference here. Me gusta, me gusta. We have that because of singular and plural differences. You talk about Spanish, there's only one Spanish language, but there is more than one type of science, hence, me gustan las ciencias. We also have the negatives here, that's why we've got a red circle of no me gusta and no me gustan nada, so I really don't like something. Okay, other opinion phrases that you are aware of, but you may want to make a note of. So pause the video, make these notes, and come back. Okay, so we have prefiero, detesto, odio, me encanta, or encantan if it's something plural that follows on afterwards. Please make sure you are not adding in this word me in front of prefiero, detesto, and odio, because otherwise you're saying I prefer myself. I hate myself, I hate myself, and we really don't want that. Okay? So you've seen this many, many times before, but it's so important we get this right because if you make the mistakes now, you will make them later on in life, and we don't want that. So we have our nouns with the definite article, and we have our infinitive verbs that follow the opinion phrases. For example, me gusta el español, as we literally say, I like the Spanish. Me gusta la informática. I like the ICT. Me gustan los plátanos. Anyone know what plátanos are? I hear you all calling out bananas. You are correct. And then me gustan las ciencias for science. And we've got that plural opinion phrase going on. And we've still got the article that follows through. And then you've got your infinitive ending in AR, ER, or IR. Okay? So, just another reminder about that singular and plural. But if you're talking about someone else, do you remember how we changed the me of me gusta or me gustan? Pause the video and ask the person next to you if they know. Okay, so hopefully we have come to the same conclusion. That is this little table here. It's so great if you are able to vary your vocabulary and talk about other people and their opinions. So pause the video and copy down this table into your book so that you know the different pronouns in order to talk about different people's opinions. Okay, so with that pronunciation, focusing on those vowels, so it's me, te, le, nos, os, les. Les is one that students get confused by because they think that les must always be followed by gustan. That is incorrect. It's always the thing after gusta, gustan that triggers whether it's singular or plural. Nothing to do with the people, it's only the thing that follows, the noun or the verb. So now it's over to you. You've got 4 minutes to write out the sentences in your book and translate them. Look at who is speaking, look at the positives and the negatives, and think about the subject that follows. Pause and then come back for the answers. Okay, your answers are: me encanta el español, no me gusta el francés, le gusta la historia, we like geography, nos gusta la geografía, and no les gusta la música. Notice how all of them have accents. If you haven't written them down, make sure you've purple penned it and add them in. And make sure you've got your negative in front of the whole opinion phrase. Okay, so we want to develop our opinion phrases. So when do you think we're going to use es and when do you think we're going to use son? Ask your partner for some help. And we're back in the room. So es, we know, means it is. So we are going to use that with singular subjects when talking about school. For example, me gusta el español porque es divertido. But we're going to use son for they are when we are using it for plural subjects, such as no me gustan las ciencias porque son aburridas. What have I done here? Pause and have a chat. Okay, so you may have noticed that we have a blue circle because it's a masculine adjective, and that needs to agree with el español. And aburridas is in red because it has to agree with ciencias, feminine plural. And it's really important that you think about those agreements as you continue to develop your writing. Be mindful that sometimes we translate into English son as it is. For example, I do not like maths because it is boring. You need to remember it's matemáticas, ciencias, followed by son. You now have this table on a handout. I would like you to complete the blanks. Rellena los blancos. This is to think about your adjective agreements. Come back for the answers in about 7 minutes' time. Answers appearing on the screen. We have aburrido, which means boring. Divertida, apologies. Then we've got prácticos. Difícil is exactly the same. That's why I left fácil and útil for you to see the rule that follows. Then we've got that difícil meaning difficult, fácil, fáciles meaning easy. We've left útil open, so that's a new vocab for you. At the bottom, we've got strange, which is raro, and raras, which we're missing. And then we've got severo, servera, and severe or strict. So hopefully you've got those all right. And let's move on. I want you to now decide if these sentences are correct or incorrect. So, can you write numbers 1 to 5 in your book? You are going to put a tick or a cross if you think the whole sentence makes sense. Does it agree? Have we got the correct opinion phrase? And look at those adjectives. If you do not think it agrees, you need to not only put a cross, but write the correction for me. So let's do the first one together. Me gustan las ciencias porque son interesantes. In your books, I would have put a tick because gustan agrees with ciencias. We've got son because they are, and we've got interesantes, which is plural and it agrees with son and ciencias. That's where you've got to look through it. Have a look at number 2. Pause, make your choice. And it's correct. Number 3. It is correct. Number 4, have a look. Prefiero las matemáticas porque es fácil. Let's look at the answers. It is incorrect because matemáticas is your main noun that you need to agree everything with. So it should be son fáciles because the maths are easy. Number 5, here we go. No me gusta la tecnología porque no es práctico. And you should have put a cross for this one. But why? Because práctico is incorrect. We want everything to agree with tecnología. I think there's one more. No, there isn't. Right, moving on to the reading then. So underneath the table which you filled in for the adjectives, you have got 3 tiny texts. If you want to go for green, you need to decide which sentence underneath is true or false. For amber, you need to identify the opinions, if they're singular, plural, and why. And for red, identify the adjectives, give a reason as to why it's masculine, feminine, singular, plural. So you're doing amber, but you're developing it by giving more detail, okay? I recommend everyone starts with green, then you move on to amber or red. I will have left the answers with the cover teacher, and then you can go through them. Buena suerte. Adios.